Lady Chapel, built in 1270 in the early English style. We made no extra charge for showing you the Lady Chapel, ladies and gentlemen, but I would like to draw your attention to this collecting box. This is for the Dean's new security system, which has just been installed in the cathedral. So if you kindly put your contributions in this box, we come to the tomb of our founder, the Blessed Bishop Og, 1213 to 1280, and no photographs in the cathedral, sir, unless you pay a special fee to the Dean. £3. Well, above the tomb can be seen the saint's cloak. This cloak has hung there for 700 years. It has only been taken down once on the occasion of the 600-year celebrations in 1880, when it was used in a pageant depicting scenes from the life of the saint, with costumes specially hired for the occasion. Since Bishop Og, there have been 50 bishops of this see, the 51st holder of this office being the present bishop, the Right Reverend Dr. Cuthbert Hever, D.D. Stop mucking about with his own... Incidentally, Dr. Hever is at present engaged in building a home for the clergy widows of this diocese. A collecting box for this scheme can be found by the west door. Now, if you'll follow me, ladies and gentlemen, to the crypt. There is an additional charge of 2 shillings, so kindly have your change ready.
Hello. Oh, hello. Is that the Gazette? Well, I want to speak to Mr. Hutton. Oh, it is Mr. Hutton. How do you do? This is the Bishop of St. Og's here. And I wonder if you could help me about my Hever house, the home for the clergy widows of the diocese. Yes, we're having a little trouble collecting it. Yes, well, we want about £2,000. I can assure you that a barrage of prayer has gone up from every church in the diocese. So I thought perhaps you could... Oh, I see. Well, perhaps if the dear lady does not have her triplets this morning, you could mention it in tomorrow morning's paper. Would you be so kind? Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, I'm back, my lord.
There you are, Noote. How did you get on with Lady Hawley?
Oh, she was most kind, my lord.
Oh, really? What did she give you?
A cup of tea and some nice chocolate.
I meant money. How much money did she give you?
Money? Oh, that was rather different, my lord.
Yes, somehow it always is. Oh, really? I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got no one else to turn to.
Well, the Dean, my lord.
No, you can't turn to the Dean. Noote, he's already spent a fortune on that new security system of his.
Oh, no, Lord. He's promised a donation of £25. He told me after evensong yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You know, that news quite heartens me. But it won't make much difference, will it? I don't know where I'm going to find £2,000, Noote.
Well, we mustn't forget the power of prayer, must we, my lord?
No, of course not, Noote. Though if the answer is to be in any way helpful, it should not be long delayed. What have you got there, Noote?
Oh, the afternoon's post, my lord.
What is it? Bills. What is this? A letter from America.
Oh, is it from Alistair Cook?
Of course not, Noote. Now, let me see. It is from Mr. William T. Stratton, Museum of European Culture, Houston, Texas. My dear Bishop, on a recent visit to Europe, I was fortunate enough to visit your beautiful cathedral and admire its many treasures, among which I was particularly interested to see the cloak of your founder. Cloak? What cloak's that?
It hangs above St. Og's tomb, my lord.
Really? Well, I've never noticed it. We here at Houston, thanks to the munificence of the late Mrs. G. Samuel Guggenheim, a deeply revered former citizen of Houston, are opening a new ecclesiastical department of this museum and shall be happy to purchase this treasure from you if you are agreeable.
Oh, but we couldn't sell St. Og's cloak, could we, my lord?
Oh, of course not, Noote, of course not. I don't wish to appear rude, but these Americans really do think that everything is for sale, don't they? We should be pleased to offer you the sum of $25,000. That is approximately £10,000 sterling.
Oh, no.
My dear Noote, it seems our prayers have been answered.
Oh, you mean we can sell the cloak?
Well, of course, Noote. We shouldn't hesitate under the circumstances. The Lord moves in mysterious ways, Noote. We should remember that. Oh, to think Hever house is going to be finished at last. What splendid news. And you know, Noote, someone who will be more pleased than anyone else.
The builder, my lord?
No. The Dean. You see, I only want £2,000, so I shall be able to give the Dean £8,000 for the cathedral funds. Oh, I can't wait to see his face when I tell him.
Hello, the parish and dogs. Oh, hello, Mr. Hutton, yes. Oh, how very nice, I'll tell his lordship. It's Mr. Hutton from the Gazette, my lord. He's run specially to tell you that a lady at the infirmary has just had triplets, and they're kind of him.
Oh, really, really do. Let me see. Oh, well, I'm very glad to hear that, Mr. Hutton, but also I have something to tell you. Our troubles are over. Yes, thanks to a generous American who has offered us a great deal of money for a minor treasure in the cathedral. Oh, a cloak believed to have been worn by St. Ogg. Yes, yes, our prayers have indeed been answered, haven't they? Oh, and offer my congratulations to the good lady, will you? And, of course, her husband. Goodbye, Mr. Hutton, goodbye.
Anyone at home?
Yes, come along, Henry, dear old friend.
Oh, hello. How are you, Archdeacon?
Good afternoon, Noote. Well, Bishop, I finished it.
Finished what, Henry?
My contribution to the fund.
Oh, but it'll be no longer necessary, Archdeacon.
Noote, that's very kind of you, Henry. Let me see what it is.
Well, what is it, Archdeacon?
Well, it's knitting.
Knitting, Henry, but I mean, what's it for?
Well, it started as a bedspread, Bishop, that I ran short of wool.
What are you going to do with it now?
Sell it to you, Bishop.
To me? What for?
Well, it'll make a very nice cushion cover.
Oh, I'm sorry, Henry. No.
Oh, what about you, Noote?
Oh, well, I'm afraid I haven't got any cushions in my room.
Oh, well, what do you say to making it a very nice carpet?
Carpet? Oh, well, I suppose I could, really.
Yes, very nice and warm to the feet.
Oh, yes, that'd be nice. Well, how much is it, Archdeacon?
Oh, what, to you, Noote, £5.
£5?
£5? You're going to charge £5 for that, Henry?
Why, isn't it enough?
Oh, it's far too much, Henry. Nobody's going to pay that price.
Well, Mrs. Hayward very nearly did. She was writing the cheque.
Yeah, but Mrs. Hayward, what was she going to use it for?
Oh, to cover the budgie at night.
Well, what made her change her mind, Archdeacon?
Well, Canon Hayward came back unexpectedly.
Oh, never mind about that, dear old Henry. Come along and sit down, because I have got all the money I wanted.
Yes, an American museum wants to buy St. Ogg's cloak, Archdeacon.
Oh, what, that thing over his tomb?
Yes, that's the very same, Henry.
Oh, well, I suppose there's no harm in selling it.
Oh, well, Henry, just you wait till you hear what he's offering.
Yes, £10,000, Archdeacon.
Now, what do you say to that, Henry?
Well, Bishop...
I think I know what you're thinking, Henry.
What's that, Bishop?
I think you're thinking that our prayers have indeed been answered, aren't you?
No, Bishop, no. I was thinking they might be willing to buy us as well.
Oh, there's the dean.
Good afternoon, my lord. The door was open.
Of course, Dean. Come in and sit down.
Thank you. Noote. Good afternoon, Archdeacon.
Afternoon, Dean. Want to buy some knitting?
Oh.
Knitting? I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's the Archdeacon's contribution to the fund, Dean.
Oh, how fortunate you are, my lord, to have friends around you who rally round in time of difficulty.
I am indeed, Dean, and if my chaplain tells me right, you are among them.
Alas, no, my lord, I have to disappoint you.
Well, what do you mean, Dean?
I've been going through the cathedral accounts with the chapter clerk, and it seems that the new security system has cost rather more than we imagined.
Well, Dean, would you like to hear some good news?
Frankly, my lord, I should welcome it.
Then read this letter. What do you say to that, Dean?
It's a most generous offer, isn't it, Dean?
Possibly, Noote. But, of course, it's quite unacceptable.
Unacceptable?
Well, even you, my lord, would hardly contemplate selling one of our most precious relics.
Precious? I wasn't even aware of its existence until today.
That hardly surprises me, my lord.
Oh, well, really, if it is so precious, Dean, why do you leave it hanging about up above his tomb?
Because it was placed there on the 23rd of June, 1280, at the time of Bishop Ogg's interment.
Well, hasn't it been taken down since?
Only once, my lord, in 1880, for the sexcentenary.
The what, Dean?
The sexcentenary, Archdeacon. There were celebrations.
Really? I'm not surprised.
It was used in a pageant, showing scenes from the saint's life.
Well, I wonder it didn't drop to pieces.
Considering its age, it is in a very remarkable state of preservation.
Well, the clergy widows of this diocese are not. They have worked far too long, far too hard, for far too little money, and they deserve this home. And if by selling this cloak we can give it to them, we as Christians should not refuse to do so.
It would be a betrayal of trust.
What do you mean to say you do refuse?
Certainly, my lord, it is out of the question. You will write to this gentleman and tell him that the cloak of the blessed St. Og is not for sale.
Oh, are you going, Dean?
Yes, I have work to do.
Ah, yes, Dean. I expect you will be going to telephone your insurance company.
Why do you say that, my lord?
Well, if the value of this cloak has gone up so steeply, no doubt you will wish to increase your insurance cover.
I cannot afford to increase the insurance.
Then you may be forced to accept this offer.
Certainly not.
Oh, surely, Dean, with a precious thing like that in the cathedral, underinsured, isn't that rather a risk?
There is no risk.
No risk? What about the danger of theft?
You forget the new security system, my lord. Nobody can get into that cathedral. There are heavy-duty rim locks and mortise locks with hardened steel rollers in all the bolts on the outside and the inside doors. And even the boiler house has a close shackle padlock with heavy padlock bar. The cathedral is impregnable.
You seem to be very confident in your system, Dean.
So I should be, considering the expense.
Oh, but surely, Dean, if we both want the money, wouldn't it be more practical to sell the cloak?
I'm sorry, my lord, it's out of the question.
But the builder's threatening to take the men off the site.
I am sorry, my lord.
But what can I do?
We must none of us forget the power of prayer. Good afternoon,
And a fat lot of use that's been.
Oh, my lord, how could you say such a dreadful thing?
Oh, because, Noote, we all prayed. I've prayed, you've prayed.
I certainly have.
Even old Henry here's prayed. But what's been the result?
But our prayers have been answered, my lord.
Yes, Noote, by a miracle. And that stupid, bigoted pillar of reaction, he refuses to see it. What can I do, Henry?
Have a glass of sherry, Bishop.
Very good idea, Noote.
Yes, of course, my lord.
Oh, really, the aggrandizement of a man saying his cathedral's impregnable. Do you know, I don't think I ought to say this, Henry, but if a thief were to get in there tonight and steal that cloak, I shouldn't be entirely sorry.
Why don't we, Bishop?
Well, of course we can't, Henry.
We would not take anything.
Oh, I see. You mean break in to show that it's possible?
Yes.
What a very good idea, Henry. That would show him that the cathedral was not impregnable, wouldn't it? And it might force him to sell the cloak.
But my lord,
What, Noote?
it is impregnable.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten that.
Well, here's your sherry.
Oh,
Lord.
thank you very much.
And here's your sherry, Archdeacon.
Oh,
thank you.
Well, I'd better write a letter to that dear Mr. Stratton and throw his generous offer back in his face, I suppose. Oh, well, take it down, Noote.
Well, not now, my lord.
Why not?
Well, I'm just going to eat this on.
Oh, all right, Noote, all right. We'll do it when you come back.
But I won't be back till after 7 o'clock, my lord.
Why not?
Well, I'm going to stop and hear Mr. Perry. He always plays until closing time on Wednesdays.
Oh, very well, Noote, very well. We'll do it in the morning.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, I'll just be off then, so I'll say goodbye, Archdeacon.
Goodbye, Noote. Oh, Noote.
Yes?
Don't get locked in.
No. I'll try not to, Archdeacon.
What did you say, Henry?
I said he mustn't get locked in, Bishop.
That's it, Henry. That's the way to do it.
What do you mean, my lord?
The way to show him that the cathedral is not impregnable. Noote, at locking up time, you'll stay in the cathedral.
No, the Vergers would never let him, Lord. They always make sure that the cathedral's absolutely empty before they lock up.
Well, you must hide.
I wouldn't know where to.
Well, find somewhere, Noote. Use your initiative.
Well, and then what do I do?
You wait until 9 o'clock. Then you open the door in the Lady Chapel and let us in.
You mean you're going to steal St. Og's cloak?
Of course not, Noote. As soon as you've let us in, you run round to the deanery and tell the dean that the Archdeacon and I want to see him inside the cathedral. Oh, that ought to do the trick, eh, Henry?
He certainly should, Bishop.
Splendid. Off you go, Noote, or you'll be late for evensong.
No, I couldn't, my lord. And you shouldn't ask me to either.
I am not asking you to, Noote.
No, aren't you? Well, who is then?
The widows of the diocese, the clergy widows, Noote. Those underprivileged, underpaid army of the church, they are asking you. Tell me, Noote, can you refuse?
Excuse me. I beg your pardon. Sorry.
The plug, it was the plug, but
They said it was the distributor. You all right, sir?
Yes, thank you, Barger.
We'll be closing in a minute, sir.
Well, I'm just listening to the music, Barger.
Sounds better down there, does it?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Well, I must be going now. Good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Bishop's been overworking that lad. So anyway, they took the distributor to pieces, you see.
Oh, and that's it. Lock up. Home for tea.
Too true, Dennis, too true. And they couldn't find it, they didn't distributor. So I said to them, it's the plugs.
So, what did they say?
Well, this young chap, he said it was the carburettor.
Oh.
So they started to work on the carburettor, but look at the way these lads have left these surfaces untidy, bunched.
Yes, you better see Mr. Harry about it in the morning.
Oh, we'll
So, was that the trouble?
No, of course it wasn't. No. So, I said it was the plugs, but they still wouldn't have it, no. They said it was the electrics.
Yes. So, then what happened?
Well, they went right through them, but they found nothing.
Yes, and was that the trouble then?
Oh, no. I said again it was the plugs, and then finally they agreed to look at the plugs.
Oh, really? So, what happened then?
Well, it was the plugs.
Oh,
not the plugs. I said so all along, you know. Those your shoes, Dennis?
They must belong to one of those choir boys.
Well, they know they're not allowed to leave private property in here, don't they?
So, what are you going to do? Put them in the cupboard?
No.
So, did they apologise?
Oh, yes. Didn't stop them charging me £5.10, though.
Oh, it's that. Come on, Henry. Wake up. It's time we were going.
Bishop.
Yes. Noote will have the door open by now. Impregnable, is it? Oh, this is going to be a nasty shock for the Dean, isn't it, Henry?
It certainly is, Bishop.
Now, where's Noote? Noote!
I expect he's going to get the Dean.
Well, he might have waited till we got here. Still, never mind about him. Let's have a look at that cloak that's going to get us all that lovely money, Henry. Now, where is it?
Up there, Bishop.
Up where?
Up there, above the tomb. Can't you see it?
No, Henry, I can't. Can you?
No, Bishop.
Oh. Henry, look! What are these steps?
And the gate's open.
Henry, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm afraid I am, Bishop.
But who on earth would want to steal it?
Well, yes. Nobody knows the value of it.
No, of course. Oh, Henry, yes, I did. I told Mr. Hutton of the Gazette.
Oh, what a journalist. Oh, Bishop.
Oh. The thief's still here, Henry. We must apprehend him.
Oh, do you think that's wise?
Oh, why?
Well, he might be dangerous.
Yes, of course. Right, Henry. What was that? Quick, Henry, hide. Here, behind the door. Look around. Oh, Henry. Down. Up you get. Oh, you're not the only one, Henry. Oh, dear. He must have been an ugly-looking brute.
Did you see him, Bishop?
No, I did not, Henry, but I heard him breathing. Oh. Listen. The door. Down. Good morning, Dean.
Morning, my lord. My lord, Archdeacon, what are you doing there?
You may very well ask. We were locked in.
Yes, all night.
By who?
A thief?
Thief? What thief?
A thief that has stolen the cloak.
Impossible. I locked it away myself.
You did when?
9 o'clock last night.
What were you doing in the cathedral at 9 o'clock?
Your remarks about the insurance had worried me, my lord. I decided to take no risks.
Oh, well, it must have been you that locked us in.
Yes, you said he was an ugly customer.
I certainly locked this gate, my lord.
Will you certainly unlock it and let us out?
Yes, of course, my lord. But tell me, why didn't you speak to me?
Well, because I thought you were the thief.
I told you, my lord. Nobody can get into this cathedral. It is impregnable.
How do you think we got in here?
I must confess that puzzles me, my lord.
By the simple trick of staying in the cathedral at locking up time.
You stayed in the cathedral?
Well, of course I didn't. Noote did.
Well, where is he now?
I haven't the faintest idea. Oh, is that you, Noote?
Yes.
Noote, where have you been?
Oh, well, I was locked in the roving room all night in the cupboard, my lord. One of the guards just let me out.
Who locked you in?
You did, Dean.
You seem to make a habit of this sort of thing, Dean.
Noote, I'm sorry, but if you will play such an ill-considered and stupid prank, you have only yourself to blame. And if I may be forgiven for saying so, my lord, the same thing applies to you and to the Archdeacon. Now, Noote, kindly give me that cloak off.
There you are, Dean.
Just one moment, Dean.
What is it?
Do you think it is safe to put it back?
Of course it's safe, my lord. I told you yesterday there are heavy-duty rim locks and mortise locks with hardened steel rollers in the bolts on the inner and the outer doors. And if you wish to be told
Nevertheless, Dean, 3 people got into this cathedral last night without your knowledge.
By a trick, my lord.
A trick familiar to every common thief.
If anybody could do what we did, Dean.
Yes, if they were stupid enough.
It's rather disturbing. I shall have to reappraise the security system.
Oh, no, I shouldn't bother to do that, Dean.
What else can I do?
Well, wouldn't it be simpler to sell the cloak, Dean?
Sell the cloak?
Oh, yes, Dean, yes. You see, with the money you get, you can afford to insure the cathedral properly.
Oh, very well. I suppose you are right, my lord. I agree to sell the cloak.
Oh,
Hey,
splendid.
you never regret it, Dean.
I shall always regret it, my lord. It's heartbreaking to think of the blessed St. Aug's cloak leaving the cathedral after 700 years.
Oh, but wouldn't St. Aug be pleased with being sold in aid of the clergy widows, Dean?
No, he would not.
How can you say that, Dean?
Because in the 13th century, my lord, the clergy were unmarried. I must go and see the Chancellor. You will send this to the museum, my lord?
Oh, of course.
I couldn't bring myself to do it. Good morning to you, gentlemen.
Let's have a look at this thing that's caused all the fuss. Fancy anybody wanting to pay £10,000 for this?
Well, it is rather remarkable to think, my lord, that it was actually worn by St. Aug himself.
Well, yes, I suppose it is. It seems very well preserved.
Oh, yes, isn't it, my lord? It really is. Oh, look. Oh, look, here's a label, my lord.
A label?
Yes, a 13th century label. You don't often see one of those, do you?
No, you certainly don't.
What does it say?
W. Clarkson, theatrical costumers, drawing... Oh, Moses.
What does that mean?
They must have sent the wrong one back, Bishop.
Oh, yes, during the celebrations, Archdeacon, of 1880.
For the sex celebrations.
The centenary. Now, why should they do a thing like that?
Well, I expect they got overexcited.
Oh, well, what can we do about it? Nobody's going to pay £10,000 for this.
No, Bishop.
Really, what a disappointment. After all we've been through, the discomfort and the privation, and then the wretched thing turns out not to be genuine.
The ways of the Lord are certainly very mysterious, aren't they?
On occasions like this, Noote, they certainly are. Now, let's go and have some breakfast.
Yes, a very good idea, Bishop.
Well, what are you going to do with the cloak, my lord?
Oh, well, I don't know. What do you think we ought to do with it, Henry?
I've no idea.
Put back the cloak! Put back the cloak, my lord!
Oh, but do you think we should, Dean?
There is no longer any need to sell it.
Oh, that's lucky.
What do you mean, Dean?
I've just seen the Chancellor, my lord, and he showed me this headline in the Gazette.
Must Cathedral lose treasure for £2,000? Oh dear.
My lord, have you any idea how the Gazette got hold of this information?
Well, yes, Dean, I'm terribly sorry. I'm to blame, Dean. You see, quite inadvertently, I told Mr. Hutton on the Gazette.
Then you have saved the day, my lord. The Chancellor is already inundated with telephone calls of offers of help. They are starting a Save the Cloak campaign. There is already a queue of tourists at the West Door anxious to see it. We must put it back at once.
Oh, yes, Dean, but do you think we can?
Of course, my lord, of course. The money is already raised. Lady Hawley herself has offered £2,000. Please put the cloak back at once.
No, Dean, I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, then, if you will not, my lord, I shall.
Now, Noote, help me. Help me. We must.
Hold it, it's moving fast. Silence! This is intolerable. Am I to have no support?
Oh, Dean, really, Dean, you must let me tell you about this cloak.
Must I remind you, my lord, that the cathedral and its contents are my responsibility?
Oh, well, of course, if you put it like that.
I do, my lord. I do. There. Now, what have you to say to that?
Nothing,
Except what?
that the ways of the Lord are even more mysterious than I had ever imagined.
I do, Bishop.
And so do I, my lord.
And so we come to the tomb of our founder, the Blessed Bishop Og, 1213 to 1280. What do you have there, Mr. Deason? Above the tomb can be seen the saint's cloak. This cloak has stood there for several...
At the third stroke, it will be 9:59 and 40 seconds.
No, I'm sorry, it can't be.
First stroke is 29, 59 and 50 seconds.
No, I think I'm mistaken, madam.
At the third stroke, it will be 10 o'clock precisely.
I don't like arguing with a lady, but I would suggest you check your watch, sir.
Note, there's no point answering that thing back. It's a record.
Well, I'm so sorry, but I'm not very awake yet this morning, Lord. Are you going to go and have breakfast?
Breakfast? Again, breakfast yet?
No, Lord, no, have you?
Well, of course I have, Noote. I've just come back from Matin.
Matin? Well, it really is 10 o'clock.
It certainly is, Noote. It very well might be 11 o'clock, judging by the length of the anthem.
Anthem? Oh, surely the choir didn't sing another anthem this morning.
They did, Noote.
But that's the fourth this week.
And incidentally, by far the most boring. It consisted solely of one word, rejoice, sung repeatedly for 25 minutes.
Well, looks though the Dean does intend to go on with his plans to improve the music of the cathedral, my lord.
It certainly does, Noote. And it seems we may regret the fact that he went to King's College, Cambridge, to preach last week almost as much as they must have done.
Well, the music must have impressed him a great deal, my lord.
A little bit too much, Noote. However, the choir school break up today, and while they're away, we can look forward to 4 weeks without anthems.
I hadn't thought of that, my lord.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me, Noote. Now, have you opened the post?
Yes, my lord, on the...
No, don't yawn in my face like that.
Well, I'm so sorry, my lord, it's the new central heating.
Indeed? And what is wrong with my new central heating?
Nothing, my lord, nothing, except it's rather hot.
Well, heating is supposed to be hot, Noote.
But you didn't have to screw up all the windows, surely.
What is the point of installing expensive heating then going around opening all the windows?
But my little bedroom is directly over the boiler.
Oh. Oh, yes, well, I rather forgot that, Noote. Well, of course, we
And
might...
not only that, my lord, the hot tank is actually in it.
Well, then we certainly can't open your window. The tank could get cold. Now, where's the mail?
Well, on the desk, my lord, yes.
Well, all I can see is envelopes.
Oh, faces.
What are you doing, Noote?
Just getting the letters, my lord. I'm so
What,
sorry.
you didn't say you threw them away?
Well, yes, my lord, the key to see. I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm so sorry. Oh, here's one here, my lord, from the Reverend Percival Stott over at Stanford.
Oh, dear old Stott. Looking forward to hearing you lead us at the hymn service tomorrow. Oh, bless his old heart.
Oh, is it the hymn service tomorrow, my
Well, of
lord?
course it is, Noote. You know we always hold it the day after the boys go home.
Oh, I wonder whether you would have a picture in the Church Times again this year.
Oh, was there one of me last year, Noote?
Don't you remember, my lord, with a caption underneath saying, Bishop enjoys himself?
Oh,
You cut it out and sent it to your sister Doris there.
so I did, Noote. You know, I must confess I do enjoy singing hymns.
Yes, my lord, anyone can hear that.
Well, as I always say, Noote, if one can sing, it is not something to be ashamed of.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
Well, I do hope the Archdeacon won't insist on singing his solo of On with Christian Souls again this year, my lord.
Oh, I do hope not, Noote. Henry doesn't realise that his voice is an acquired taste.
Oh, yes.
Don't feel that.
Oh, right ahead, my lord. Oh, come in, Archdeacon.
Thank you, Noote.
Yes, won't you go through? He's... Oh, you already have.
Henry, morning. What's the matter?
Good morning. It's the Dean, Bishop.
Well, what about the Dean?
He's on the roof.
On the roof? Which roof?
Oh, do you mean the choir school roof, Archdeacon?
Yes, he's standing right on the edge.
So that'll be to do with the retiling, my lord.
Oh, yes, of course they start today. He's probably supervising the workmen, Henry.
He isn't going to jump off.
Jump off, Henry? What on earth makes you imagine that he's going to jump off?
Just wishful thinking.
Were you at Matins this morning, Archdeacon?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Never mind, Henry, dear old friend. Tomorrow we're going to have our annual hymn service.
Oh, good, Bishop. What are we going to sing?
Well, I don't know, Henry. I haven't looked at them yet. Noote, a hymn book.
Oh, yes, of course.
What do you think we ought to start with, Henry?
Oh, well, how about starting with On with Christian Soldiers?
Yes, well, I think we'll have to think about that, Henry. I tell you what, it'd be a very good idea if we decided what to end with first.
Well, it's always abide with me, my lord.
Yes. Fast falls the eventide.
Yes.
Oh, no, I don't think we can sing that just before lunch, can we?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. But what would be more suitable?
How about I Hunger and I Thirst?
Oh, Henry, see who that is.
Yes, good morning, Dean.
Good morning, Noote. Thank you very much.
Well, Noote,
Were you at Matins this morning?
No, Dean, no.
Pity, you missed a rare experience.
Yes, so I've been carrying, Dean. Yes, went to carry.
Yes, thank you. Archdeacon, my lord.
Dean.
Well, what about Matins?
Well, what about Matins?
Well, the anthem, my lord. Rejoice!
Oh, that.
Well, surely you were suitably impressed.
Oh, well, yes, it was nice, wasn't it, Henry?
Yes, Bishop, nice and long.
Long? Did you say long?
Well, even you, Dean, must admit it did go on for 25 minutes.
Yes, I suppose that is a little long for Matins, even though the choir only sang the first part.
The first part? Do you mean to say there's more of it?
Indeed, yes, my lord, though the remainder is arguably less attractive. However, you will have the opportunity to judge for yourselves tomorrow when the choir sings the anthem in its entirety.
Tomorrow?
Oh, but they can't, Dean. They're going home.
But surely, Dean, you haven't forgot that tomorrow is our annual hymn service.
There will be no hymns this year, my lord.
No hymns?
But you can't have a hymn service without hymns, Dean.
Precisely. We shall have a music festival instead. I have arranged for the choir to stay another day.
Aren't you forgetting about the choir school roof? Because the workmen already taken the tiles off.
Yes, Noote, that is unfortunate, but I'm having a tarpaulin put over for the night.
Yes, but what about the boys? They're not going to be very pleased at the prospect of having to stay on.
I did not consult them, my lord. The parents seemed delighted.
Yes, that wouldn't surprise me. What sort of a musical festival is it going to be?
Oh, a veritable feast, my lord. A musical cornucopia worthy of St. Cecilia herself. Not only will the choir sing the anthem Rejoice in all four parts, and Mr. Parry Jones will delight us with an organ recital, but I have persuaded the two vicars choral to give us an exhibition of early psalmodic plain song.
But, Dean, the annual hymn service is a tradition.
Yes, we've endured the second rate for far too long.
But everybody enjoys it, Dean.
That is beside the point.
Oh.
A hymn service is not sufficiently uplifting for a cathedral.
Oh, don't talk nonsense, Dean. What could be more uplifting than a great congregation singing together in unison?
I think I can best answer you, my lord, by quoting a remark made to me recently by the Dean of King's, Cambridge, when I was dining there at high table. He turned to me confidentially and he remarked, Pugh-Critchley, may I please have a chair?
Weren't there enough to go round, Dean?
Oh, may I please have a chair?
Oh, yes, of course, Dean. I mean, what's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing, my lord. It's suddenly rather warm in here.
Well, not as warm as it is in my room, Dean. You know, the board is absolutely underneath, and inside is a hot one next to my bed.
Oh, do keep quiet, Noote. Can I get you something?
Oh, it's quite all right, my lord, if you could just open the window.
Oh, well, yes, I'm afraid that's a bit difficult.
Yes, the bishop can't do that, Dean, because he screwed them all up.
What? Well, it's so as not to waste heat, Dean.
But you can't do that, my lord. It's against the bylaws.
Oh, is it, Dean?
There's no obstructions to ventilatory outlets.
Oh, are you sure, Dean?
Well, if you don't believe me, why don't you ring the health officer?
Oh, what a good idea.
Put that in now.
But don't you think we ought to check, my lord?
Certainly not. It's quite unnecessary.
Ah, so you'll take my word for it and unscrew the window.
I certainly will not. Have you any idea what it costs to put central heating into a house of this size?
No, my lord. Our expenses at the deanery don't extend to such luxuries.
Oh, don't they? Well, all I can assure you that if they did, you too would have your windows screwed up.
And I can assure you, my lord, that nothing would induce me to contravene a bylaw. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must go and supervise the workmen.
Oh, but Dean, we've got to discuss this musical festival further.
That is quite unnecessary, my lord. The arrangements are finalized. All you've got to do is come along and enjoy yourselves. Good morning, gentlemen.
Would you like me to show you out, Dean?
Yes.
Really, Henry, what do you say to that?
Pity he didn't jump off the roof.
Comes stalking in here saying we can't have our hymn service.
No, I was looking forward to a good thing.
Yes, so was I, Henry. For all the saints we plough the fields and scatter, ye holy angels bright, we'd have had them all.
Yes, and onward, Christian soldiers.
Oh, well, Henry, yes, but we're all going to be disappointed, Henry, even the choir boys. I mean, fancy stopping them going home for the holidays and then making them sleep under a tarpaulin in midwinter.
Well, they won't like it, Bishop.
They won't, Henry, that's certain.
My lord?
Yes, Noote?
I've been thinking. And it seems to me that the whole question resolves itself down to whether or not it's healthy to sleep like that.
I shouldn't think it is for a moment, Noote.
Well, don't you think we ought to telephone the health inspector law and check whether it's actually against the bylaw?
What a splendid Right here, Noote. Get on to the telephone and check up.
Right, my lord. Shall I ask if there's any specific bylaw against screwing up windows?
Certainly not, Noote, but you can ask if there's a specific bylaw against choir boys sleeping under a tarpaulin in the middle of winter.
Yes. Is there a... Let's
see what's happening, Noote. What's the Dean doing?
Well, my lord, he's still on the roof talking to the inspector.
Oh, I'd love to know what he was saying, wouldn't you, Henry?
Yeah.
Henry!
Sorry, Bishop, what was that?
Henry, don't you want to know what's happening?
Yes. It's been so hot in here.
No.
Well, more to try sleeping in here, Archdeacon. I can tell you when that boiler gets going at night, it's fairly
don't stop fussing. Tell me, what's happened?
Oh, they've climbed down, and the health inspector's shaking his head.
Oh, that means, Henry, that we may get our hymn service after all.
And he's getting to his car. He's driving off, and the Dean's turning.
I think he's coming this way, my lord.
Right then, downstairs. Come on, Henry.
My lord, quick as you can. Yes, do, my lord. Well, you know, if the Dean knows that somebody's spoken to the health inspector, don't you think he might be rather cross?
Yes, I expect he will be, Noote.
Well, would you mind letting him in, my lord?
Not in the least. It'll be a pleasure. Hello, Dean. Have you come back to give us some further news of the musical festival?
Yes, my lord. Was it you who telephoned the health officer?
Me? Oh, no, Dean, it wasn't me.
Then who was it then?
Well, you see, it was rather like, you see...
Was it you who telephoned the health officer?
Well, yes, Dean, it was, but I was acting under orders.
Well, whom do I thank?
Thank?
For preventing me from breaking a bylaw. I'm most grateful.
Oh, I see. So you're sending the boys home, are you?
No, that is impossible. The arrangements stand. I shall have to find alternative accommodation.
Oh, well, it's not going to be very easy, Dean.
No, my lord, I shall have to find a very large house.
How about the deanery, Dean?
Oh, yes, how kind of you to suggest it, Archdeacon.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Unfortunately, when I told the health officer about our heating arrangements there, he said the boys might not be much better off than under a tarpaulin.
Was he able to make any alternative suggestions, Dean?
Yes, he did note. He was most helpful.
Oh, really? Where did he suggest that they should go?
Here, my lord.
Here, in my palace?
Yes, when I told him about your new central heating arrangements, he said that I need look no further.
Oh, did he? Well, I shall have to have time to think about this, Dean.
I don't think there will be time for that, my lord. That'll be Mr. Paddy Jones and the advance party.
The advance party?
Come on in, quickly, boys. Quick. There, here you come, boys. None of us there. Now, the bishop has been kind enough to put you up for the night, so I'm sure you will all wish to show your appreciation.
Right, boys?
Hip, hip. Oh, thank you. What's the time?
9:30.
Oh, really? Are they going on much longer? They've been at it since tea.
Well, I shouldn't think the boys are enjoying the practice much either, would you, my lord?
No, nor would I. I certainly wouldn't. All I want to do is to get into my study and do a little bit of work.
You're not trying, are you?
What on earth have you put in this cocoa?
Nothing, Lord, nothing.
Disgusting. Taste it.
Oh, no, my lord, no, that would be hygienic.
Don't be ridiculous, Noote. Taste it.
Oh, all right, then, if you insist.
Oh, never mind all that nonsense, Noote. Get on with it.
All right, my lord, yes. No, it tastes salty.
Salt, of course. You put salt in the sugar bowl.
No, I didn't, my lord. No, really, this is loose more, Mr. Danny, my lord.
Oh, that's all I need.
Well, I'll go and make you some more, my lord.
Oh, no, don't bother, Noote. I've had enough of today, more than enough. And if I can't get into my study to do some work, I should go to bed. Good night, Noote.
Good night. I'm all right, my lord. What's the matter?
Oh, yes, just about. Half the stair rods are out.
Well, who would do that, my lord?
I don't know, Noote, but I have my suspicions.
Oh, yes, regrettably I had to stop. The boys are utterly exhausted.
Yes, they sound it.
Well, I must turn in too. We've a long day ahead tomorrow.
But you don't want to use my study again tomorrow, do you?
Oh, yes, but not for long.
Oh, just a short practice.
Yes, I shan't start until 7:30. Good night.
Oh, be careful of the stairwells, Mr. Harry Jones. Somebody's removed them.
Really? That'll be the boys.
Well, surely they wouldn't do that, would they?
Oh, no doubt of it. They'll be getting their revenge on you, my lord.
On me? Whatever for?
Well, for stopping them from going home, of course.
But I didn't stop them going home. It's the Dean they should be wreaking their revenge on Noote and our jolly well got.
Oh, well, never mind, my lord. I mean, you have got your study back. That's all that really matters.
Oh, yes, well, I suppose so, Noote. Come on. We'll get on and do some work. What have they done to my study?
Oh, Moses.
Oh. I'll have a word with that Parry Jones.
My lord.
Never mind, Noote. There's just one thing, all right, Noote. Mind still. Who's that at this time?
Shall I go and see, my lord?
Yes.
Oh, hello, Dean.
Noote, everything under control?
Well, I think so, Dean. Rather, yes, thanks.
There you are, my lord. Now, you know Mr. Fox and Mr. Dawson, the two vicars quarrelled, and
Yes. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, my lord. I must say this is very kind.
It certainly is.
What's kind?
Would put us up like this.
Like what?
Well, unfortunately, my lord, we found that the workmen had removed more tiles than we had expected.
Yes, they've stripped our dormitory roof, haven't they, Ronnie?
They have, my lord, stripped it bare.
Yes, we started to go to bed, and I happened to look up at the roof, and I could see right up. Couldn't I, Ronnie?
Yes, it's all right up.
I knew you would wish to help, my lord.
Well, I'm very sorry, Dean, but all the rooms are full. I'm sorry, gentlemen, you'll just have to go back and manage as best you can.
But there's such a draft. We can't sleep at the draft.
Oh, we daren't, my lord. Our voices would never stand it.
No, we've got the Psalmodic Plain Song tomorrow.
And it's not easy, you know, my lord. We've had to put in a lot of extra practice.
Yes, I'm sure you have. Well, I'm very sorry. I cannot help. The palace is full.
But what are we going to do? I mean, it isn't just the Psalmodic Plain Song. Mr. Dawson here is carrying the whole alto line in Rejoice. Aren't you, Ronnie?
Yes, I am. So I've got to take care of my voice. I must have a nice, warm room. Really, I must.
Well, my room's nice and warm.
But you can't give up your room, Noote.
No, I don't mind, my lord.
Well, where are you going to sleep?
Well, couldn't I just shake down on the sofa in your room?
Splendid, splendid. I knew you'd come to the rescue, my lord.
Oh, no, Dean, that's impossible, because you see, it'd mean that these two gentlemen would have to share.
Oh, we always share, don't we, Ronnie?
Could we see the room?
Yes, of course. Do come along to me. Careful the stairwell. Some of them are missing. Well, my room is just along here. It's not very large, but it's very hot.
Perfect solution. Well, I'm very glad you think so, Dean. Well, gentlemen?
No good, I'm afraid.
What's the matter? Wasn't it warm enough?
Well, that's the trouble. It's too hot.
But I thought you wanted a warm room.
But it's so drying, we'd never sing a note
Oh,
tomorrow.
I'm very sorry that I can be no more help.
You have no other rooms at all, my lord.
Not, of course, unless you intend to commandeer mine.
Oh, yes, your room. I'd forgotten about that, my lord.
No, Dean!
There, gentlemen.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, what a lovely room.
Oh, yes, that would suit you all right, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, we'd be all right in there, wouldn't we, Ronnie?
Oh, yes, we'd be safe in there, my lord.
Yes, you would. Very safe, wouldn't you? And where would you suggest that I should sleep?
Well, could you share my room, my lord?
Perfect. What? I knew you would come to the rescue, my lord. Gentlemen, in you go.
Thank you so much, my lord.
Oh, it certainly is now. Oh, good night, everyone.
Good night, all.
Dean, I want a few words with you.
I'm very sorry, my lord. I'm extremely busy. I've got a lot of arrangements for tomorrow, if you will excuse me.
Oh.
Don't forget what I told you, Dean. No, about the stairwell.
Oh, I'm not sure. I must say, my lord, I'm very surprised that you haven't had those rods replaced, especially with the boys here.
What do you mean? It's the boys that took them out.
The boys? Yes, to get their revenge, Dean. Revenge for what?
Because you told them that I was responsible. They had to stay on a day longer at school.
Oh, nonsense, my lord. I do not believe those boys vindictive.
But they put salt in the sugar basin, Dean, and they left the study in a terrible mess.
No, I simply do not believe it.
Oh, don't you? Well, you better come and have a look for yourself. There. What? Well, I think I've got all the flour out of my hair, Noote. Can you see any?
Any of which, my lord?
What do you mean?
I think you meant flour, yes.
Well, of course I did. What do you think I meant?
Oh, nothing, my lord. No, I can't see any flour on your head either.
Ah, right. I shall have a word with those choir boys in the morning.
Yes.
Now, perhaps we'd better settle down for the night. What on earth's that?
Oh, that's the screwdriver.
Well, of course I can see it's a screwdriver, Noote. What's it for?
Well, I thought it might be just a good idea, my lord, just in case you wanted to unscrew the window.
Well, I don't think it would be a good idea, Noote.
Well, I've put a cushion on the chair, my lord, to make it more comfortable.
Good. You shouldn't spend too bad a night.
Me, my lord?
Well, you don't think I'm going to sleep on that thing, do you?
No, I suppose not. Have a good bath?
No, Noote, I did not. The water was cold.
Well, if it waited, it would soon have heated up again.
Oh, would it?
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, as a matter of fact, it didn't matter because I couldn't find my sponge.
Do you mean to say you've just washed your face and hands?
Not even that, Noote. The wash basin was in use.
Oh, well, who was using it?
4 tadpoles and a water snail. Now, do stop drifting about, Noote. Go and sit down and take that little beast with you. Go on.
Well, I hope you find your bed comfortable, my lord.
My dear Noote, tonight I would find any bed comfortable. There are some days that are better. Ow! Oh, my lord, what's the matter? I find what am I going to do now? The bed's sopping wet.
Oh, my lord, once that tank gets going, it'll soon dry out.
Oh, yes, I suppose it will. It is a bit hot in here, isn't it?
Oh, would you like me to unscrew the windows, my lord?
No. Good night.
Oh, well, Noote. Good night, my lord. If that is, haven't you forgotten something?
Me? No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Why, what were you thinking of?
Oh, nothing, my lord, nothing. Good night.
Good night, Noote. Noote? Have you done something? What are you doing down there?
Saying my prayers, my lord.
Yes, I see.
Aren't you going to say yours, my lord?
Of course I am, Noote. Just all the happenings of the night made me forget, that's all. What's that noise?
But it sounds like me, my lord.
What at this time of night? Who can it be?
But it must be the vicar's coral, my lord.
Oh, this is too much. Give me that screwdriver. Will you kindly keep quiet? Good. That seems to have done the trick. Oh,
good night, my lord.
Good night.
No? Hello? Hello.
What are they up to now?
Did you want something?
Yes, I did, Mr. Fox. I wanted you to stop making that noise.
Noise? It's Salmodic plain song.
Well, no matter what it is, will you kindly refrain from doing it?
But we were just having a last little private rehearsal before tomorrow, your lordship.
But we were trying to go to sleep, Mr. Fox. Why didn't you go to bed then? Well, I am in bed. This is where I have to sleep.
Well, it takes all sorts. Good night, your lordship.
Good night, Mr.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'm going to have my bath now, Ronnie.
Right here.
There's the hot water pipes, my lord.
Oh, really? How long do they go on?
Well, until Mr. Fox has finished running his bath, my lord.
Oh, I see.
Where do you go?
I'm going to see about this, Noote. What? You can't have a bath at this time of night, Mr. Fox.
But I always have a bath. My vocal cords.
Oh, just it. Well, just for this one night, I'm afraid you'll have to do without.
Oh, well, if I go flat in the middle of Rejoice tomorrow, I hope people will know who to blame.
Standing there and begging it. Oh, well, there's no need to be rude.
Did you mind, my lord?
I would really don't know, Noote. And I don't mind.
That was a quick bath, Gar. I had no choice. But a couple of nerves. You know what you said to me?
He did mind, my lord.
Oh, well, I can't help that, Noote. I couldn't have stood that noise all night. Now, come along. Perhaps at last we should get a little bit of peace and quiet.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night, my lord. Good night again.
Noote?
Yes, lord?
your stomach?
No, Lord, no. It's a boiler, my lord, you see. Mr. Fox has drawn some water off, and it's switched on the tap to heat it up again.
Well, will it take long?
No, I'm afraid it won't, my lord. Are you sure you would like to unscrew the window?
Look, I told you once and for all, I will not allow that window to be open. I never go back on a decision. It is against my principles.
Yes, of course, my lord. I should have understood, my lord. I thought.
Now you do.
Yes, I do.
Right. Good night.
Good night, my lord.
Water!
My lord, where am I? In my room, my lord.
Oh, Noote, did you?
Yes, my lord. What's the matter?
Oh, thank goodness, Noote, I was dreaming.
Oh, was it a bad dream, my lord?
Oh, terrible dream, Noote. I dreamt I died.
Oh, how absolutely wonderful. Did you see St. Peter, my lord?
No, I did not. That was the trouble. I saw somebody else, and it was very hot.
Well, it's a hot water tank, Lord. It's boiling.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't do that, should it?
Well, it always does, my lord.
Well, I mean, how long does it go on
Well,
boiling?
it's 7 o'clock, Lord, when you get up for your shave.
Well, what's the time now?
Well, 3 o'clock, my lord.
4 hours? I can't stand that. Where's that screwdriver?
Well, what's it for, Lord?
To unscrew that window?
No, you can't have this against your principles.
My business are my business.
Don't give me I can't.
Do as I say.
I won't, my lord.
Noote! Yes. Noote. Yes? If I promise not to unscrew that window, will you give me the screwdriver?
All right.
Right.
Promise.
I promise.
Very well.
Oh, well, it looks as though we're first down. What a dreadful night.
Yes, it was indeed, wasn't it?
Noote, I think we've overslept.
Oh, my goodness, the music festival, my lord, it starts in quarter of an hour. Huh?
What?
Good morning, gentlemen. So you've woken up at last?
We had a very disturbed night.
So we heard, your lordship.
So where are the boys?
On the train.
On the train? Where are they going?
Home. We packed them all off home.
But what about the music festival?
Oh, it's cancelled. All the boys lost their voices. It was pathetic. They started to practice at 7:30 and all they could do was croak.
But why?
Your central heating, my lord. Very drying, you know. And if you'll pardon my saying so, I think it's unhealthy.
And so do I, Mr. Perry Jones.
Well, I must rush. I promised to take the vicar's coral down to the doctor's.
Whatever for?
They've lost their voices too.
Is that due to the central heating as well?
Well, I'm not sure, but Mr. Fox thinks it's due to his not being allowed to take a bath last night. He's very upset.
I'll bet he is.
Bishop. Good morning, Archdeacon.
Good morning.
See you later, my lord.
Bishop, have you heard the news?
Yes, Henry, it's off.
No, it's not. It's definitely on.
Mr. Perry Jones, it has been cancelled.
Not the hymn service.
Of course, I remember now, Henry. Noote, we're going to have our hymn service after all.
Well, it starts in 10 minutes, my lord. We'll have to run.
No, there's no point in that, Noote. We haven't chosen the hymns yet.
Oh, don't you worry, Bishop. It's all arranged.
What, Henry, do you mean to say you've chosen them?
Yes, rather.
Henry, you're not going to sing...
Oh, no, you're not going to sing On the Christian Soldiers, are you?
Oh, it's my solo.